Those of you just joining us here in Philadelphia, a guy named Riley Cooper with the long-range catch, 58 yards, has set up the Eagles inside the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. First running play of the day, LaShawn McCoy for a couple. Here's a take another look at this bomb from Vince Young.
Well, Vince Young has thrown the ball a couple times on this opening drive, but this thing went, it looked like 60 yards in the air right onto the palms of Riley Cooper, who's starting today because Jeremy Maclin is missing his 3rd game with that shoulder injury. And that is a thing of beauty by both of them. And what a perfect throw by Vince Young.
2nd and goal from the 2. No signal yet from the officials. Now a touchdown. LaShawn McCoy with his 11th rushing touchdown of the season, his 13th overall.
Well, this drive has mainly been through the air, but here's a little power football off the left guard. Evan Mathis, Jason Peters, and LaShawn McCoy into the end zone. A scoring play. This will be automatically looked at upstairs, but looked like he was there easily.
Alex Henry for the extra point, and it is good. 5 plays, 84 quick yards in just over 2 minutes, and a quick 7-0 Philadelphia lead. Philadelphia goes 84 yards in 5 plays and gets on the board in a hurry for a quick 7-0 lead. And deep to receive the kick for the Patriots is Danny Woodhead. Woodhead, 5 yards deep in the end zone, will run it out. And knocked down at about the 17.5-yard line. Let's go back to the touchdown. Or rather, the play that set up the touchdown.
Yeah, exactly right, Greg. There's Riley Cooper at the top, and he knows he's got single coverage against Kyle Arrington. And again, Cooper, who came in today with a grand total of 12 receptions in his 2-year NFL career, the recipient of an absolutely a piece of perfection from Vince Young.
Of those receptions, he had 5 last week alone. Line of scrimmage is the 18-yard line. Brady going to throw on 1st down. Little screen to the far side. This is Gronkowski, the tight end. Whistled down at about the 23-yard line, and Tom Brady on pace for 5,200 passing yards this season and 40 touchdown passes with 1 win. He ties John Unitas for number 6 all-time in career wins. Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4. This has been Jarvis Green Ellis, and he explodes to the 29 for a 1st down. Injuries have taken their toll on the Patriots offensive line. They're down to their 3rd center, Ryan Wendell, in his 3rd season out of Fresno State. And the backs and the receivers, and who isn't talking about the 2nd-year tight end Rob Gronkowski, who has caught 10 of Tom Brady's 25 touchdown passes. And Dan, he's big.
He is big. When he walks into a room, your eyes kind of pop a little bit.
On 1st down, Brady under pressure, got rid of it, and throws it complete.
And under pressure, Tom got planted.
Take a look at the Philadelphia 4-3 defense. Defensive end Jason Babin has 10 of the 29 sacks registered by the Philadelphia defense. Middle linebacker Jamar Chaney in just his 2nd NFL season out of Mississippi State. The Eagles' leading tackler Nnamdi Asomugha, question mark up until about an hour to an hour and a half ago, came out and worked out that knee, which he hyperextended in practice on Thanksgiving Day. Good enough for him to go today.
It was Cullen Jenkins in Tom Brady's face that last play.
On 2nd down, this is Ben Jarvis, Green, Ellis weaves his way across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, this was the previous play. Right there, it looks like Tom's got a good pocket, but this is a very, very talented front four for the Philadelphia Eagles. Cole and Babbitt, tremendous pressure on the outside, but there's not a more active defensive tackle in football than Cullen Jenkins.
3rd and 2.
65. What? Roger, hold left.
Brady throws it. Incomplete, close to being intercepted by the middle linebacker, Jamar Chaney.
And when you say close to being intercepted, the ball looked like it bounced off Chaney. A good look at it from behind here. Tom Brady working the left side of the field the whole way. And you can, you really see that he's expecting his receiver to just slide a little bit to the left. And man, is that an awkward hit on Tom Brady.
Deshaun Jackson.
Boy, he got a high-low shot.
Explosive punt returner is back. Fair catch called for and made at the 20-yard line. 10 minutes, 36 seconds to play in the first quarter. Eagles take their second crack on offense after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. The Droid Razor by Motorola. Droid Strong. Razor Sharp. And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go.
We welcome you back to Philadelphia. Coming up on 10.5 minutes to play in the first quarter, the Eagles with a 5-play, 84-yard drive and a 7-0 lead.
To say they surprised New England with Vince Young throwing the ball that effectively down the field would be a real understatement.
Young, play faking, gonna go deep down the middle again. He's got a man in the middle of the field, caught inside the 40-yard line by Deshaun Jackson.
Well, the New England Patriots have been ravaged in their secondary with injuries, and it's pretty apparent that Marty Mornhinweg and Andy Reid are going after it right from the start. Look at Vince Young go right down the middle of the field, no safety help at all, and Deshaun Jackson has an awful lot of real estate in which to work. Antoine Molden is a good 3 yards behind him and not a factor.
Vince Young, 3 out of 4 for 124 yards already, looking for more. Pass to this side of the field is complete to Cooper. Check the offensive line of the Eagles. Some youth in the middle. Andy Reid's nicest surprise has been rookie center Jason Kelce, the 6th-round pick from Cincinnati. The backs and receivers include LaShawn McCoy, who came into the week as the NFL's leading rusher, but has fallen behind Maurice Jones-Drew, who surpassed him today for the time being. 2nd and 4. This is McCoy. McCoy to the 25. The Patriots on defense getting outstanding play from 11-year veteran Andre Carter, who comes in with 9 sacks. At linebacker, Gary Guyton starts outside for injured Brandon Spikes. The mainstay is the 4th-year middle linebacker Gerard Mayo. And in the secondary, Molden and Moore step in for injured starters. Number 24, Kyle Arrington, leading the NFL in interceptions with 7.
And no Patrick Chung, no Devin McCourty. And again, we've seen that the secondary has been exposed here early and often.
On 1st down, Young to throw. Time again, over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Pass intended for Deshaun Jackson. I thought one of the funny things that Bill Belichick told us last night is they have so many explosive players, everything is a punt return waiting to happen.
Well, when you've got those kind of players, but take a look at this. Deshaun Jackson is open. The underneath coverage, I think that was Gary Guyton underneath. He got up and forced Vince Young to elevate that ball, I think, a little more than he would have liked. That was the reason for the overthrow.
On 2nd and 10, McCoy in the backfield with Young, who will throw again. And now out to McCoy in the flat. off of his fingertips, incomplete.
Boy, the New England defensive line is hardly getting out of their stances. That was an incompletion, but they're not getting upfield and pressuring Vince Young when he drops back to throw. This offensive line of the Eagles is off to an awfully good start.
Here's Marty Morningweg, the offensive coordinator here in Philadelphia.
Been here 9 years. One of the NFL's really good guys.
Third best in the league on third down conversions. And we get a timeout called by the Eagles. 8:27 to play in the first quarter in Philadelphia. Hey, if you haven't seen one of this season's most talked about shows, tonight's your chance. Catch back-to-back episodes of Person of Interest right here, only CBS. We were all talking about Vince Young, Dan, and what a tremendously different young man this is from the young man we knew as a Tennessee Titan a couple of years ago.
Well, a real maturity expressed by Vince Young, saying, you know, I came to Philadelphia, I wanted to learn from Andy Reid, and I've learned a great deal. And he's connected on a couple of bombs so far in this game. Behind perfect protection, he lays that one out for Riley Cooper. And that results in a Philadelphia touchdown. And then he comes back to Deshaun Jackson. And the middle of the field, the middle of the deep secondary for the New England Patriots is very suspect.
And there's been so much talk about Vince Young over the years of his unorthodox delivery. Andy Reid said, I'm not going to touch your delivery at all. We're just going to work on your footwork.
Yeah, it's all about the putting his hips and his feet in the right direction, a good foundation from which to throw.
Young with a 3rd and 10 now. Under pressure, near side of the field and through the hands of the intended receiver, LaShawn McCoy. That will bring up a field goal situation.
Well, James Ehedebo came on the blitz off the corner, and that forced a quick throw, but it was an accurate throw. And certainly McCoy should have handled that.
Alex Henry, who is 16 of 19 on the season, will attempt this one from about 43 yards out. On its way. And good. 8:19 to play here in the first quarter, and Tom Brady now looking at a 10-point deficit when we come back to Philadelphia after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Farmers. Find a knowledgeable local farmers agent at farmers.com. We are insurance. We are farmers. And by Toyota.
Back in Philadelphia, the Eagles with a 10-point lead, and Danny Woodhead once again is deep for the kick for the New England Patriots. And Woodhead will not run this one out of the end zone. The touchback will start the Patriots at their own 20-yard line. She's one of the biggest stars in the world, but on 60 Minutes, Angelina Jolie is something quite different. To get a preview right now, simply call *60. That's *60 from your mobile phone.
Well, everybody knows about Tom Brady and his record-setting pair of tight ends, but one of the things that everyone who follows the Patriots knows is they've got to get their wide receivers more involved using the entire field, especially outside the numbers.
Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis straight ahead to about the 25-yard line, and it's worth noting, by the way, that Nnamdi Asomugha is on the sideline at this point, and Brandon Hughes is in at cornerback.
Yeah, he was introduced as the starter, ran out to a nice big ovation by the crowd. They realized that his injury on Thursday morning, on Thanksgiving morning, scared his teammates. They thought that he completely blew out his knee. He was taken off the practice field on a cart. It was a non-contact drill, and I don't think anybody at that moment gave him a chance of being out here today.
Green Ellis again to about the 28, as it's pretty obvious that the Patriots want to take a little heat off of Tom Brady.
Well, and I think they'd like to sit their defense over on the bench for a little bit and let them compose themselves and get their heads back into this game. Sebastian Vollmer out in front of that thing. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis cut in behind him, but that's a lot of beef out in front.
3rd and 2. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis for the first down.
Nice patience.
And we have a penalty marker on the near side of the field. Our referee today is Jerome Boger.
Men on the field. Defense. 5-yard penalty resulting in a first down.
Andy Reid's going, that's news to me.
So it's a New England first down, out now to their own 33-yard line.
That was a well-blocked run play by the Patriots. That's Juan Castillo, the defensive coordinator for the Eagles. His first year on the job, long-time offensive line coach.
Brady over the middle. Close to the 50-yard line, complete to Gronkowski, hit there by Kurt Coleman.
And Tom Brady ended up on the ground again. At the very end of this, you're going to see Trent Cole comes in just about a half a step behind, and that is a pretty solid shot to the body that Gronkowski takes. And Cole, that's nothing he could do about that. He was already on Brady by the time he threw it. And Gronkowski is a little shaken up. Remember last week how awkwardly he landed on his head on that touchdown against Kansas City.
This is Ben Jarvis Green Ellis going nowhere. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Cullen Jenkins in the middle of the line.
There's a lot of quality defensive linemen here in Philadelphia, and Gronkowski is coming back out to the New England huddle.
Gronkowski told us he broke his ankle in the very first game of football he ever played in.
He said it really made me wonder if I really wanted to keep playing football. That's a discouraging way to start.
Brady on 2nd and 10. That's complete across midfield to about the 46-yard line to Deion Branch.
Well, that was good tight coverage though by Jose Leo Hansen, the cornerback. And for once, Tom gets to settle in, plant, and survey the field, but nice tight coverage by Hansen. And if not, Asamoah's over on the bench. He's one of the guys that's going to see a lot more playing time.
3rd and 5. Complete to Welker inside the 40 to the 36 and a first down.
Boy, and Tom Brady stood in there, but he paid the price again for that completion. And Wes Welker's getting involved. Only 2 receptions a week ago. That time Philadelphia brought 6. It wasn't an initial hard tackle, but then the second guy falls right on top of him. But Wes Welker and Tom Brady work so well together. That's a read by Welker, and when he sneaks in behind Gronkowski, that's good stuff.
Here's Ben Jarvis Green Ellis again inside the 40 to about the 30, or the 35 to about the 33.
Ben Jarvis Green Ellis is what we call a heavy runner. He's only 215 pounds, but when he makes contact with the defender, it's with a thud. And he's a guy that runs much bigger than he really is. On 2nd and 7, the fake pass to give to Green Ellis inside the 30 and about a yard short of a first down at about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. Well, we've still got 3 minutes and 40-some seconds left here in the first quarter, and already Tom Brady is. His uniform is getting a little dirty as he has taken he's been on the ground 4 different times, and 2 of those were pretty hard shots.
And a player late getting off the field for the Eagles forces a Philadelphia timeout. 3:27 to play. First quarter, New England driving. Hey, got a sports fan on your list? Avoid the crowds with CBSSports.com shop. And this weekend only, get free standard shipping on all officially licensed gear. Enter CBS free during checkout at shop.cbssports.com.
Big Nate Solder's in there as a tight end. How's that for a lack of production and major contact?
Let's see who gets blamed. Confab in the middle of the field. And the Eagles are applauding.
I've learned to never jump to conclusions with players pointing and clapping.
Well, this is an extended conversation, which would indicate a difference of opinion.
Well, we know there was contact, so somebody's got to pay for it.
Offside. Defense, number 94. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Derek Landry.
That's my point about pointing and clapping.
That never seems to influence the officials.
That's trying to influence the jury. The jury pool was having none of it.
So it's a first down for the Patriots at the Philadelphia 22. Green Ellis, left side, just inside the 20. Derek Landry making that tackle, but not before he reached the 19 or 18-yard line.
Well, Rob Gronkowski is out there on the edge. Number 87. See, he came in motion right there, and he gets just enough on Darryl Tapp. It was just enough to allow Ben Jarvis Green Ellis to get to the outside. Right there. It wasn't much, but it was enough. It put him on his knee, and it gave Ben Jarvis Green Ellis the edge.
More than a 5-minute drive put together now by Brady and the Patriots. 10th play of this drive, and the handoff to Green Ellis to the 15.
Well, one thing that Ben Jarvis Green Ellis is a patient runner. He really is good about allowing his blockers that are out in front of him the time to set up a block. And that time he got right onto the backside of Logan Mankins and allowed him to get his job done. And it gave him a couple extra yards.
Chad Ochocinco not available to the Patriots. And Tiquan Underwood is into the game. And the hand is for Nnamdi Asomugha, who is onto the field. 3rd and 3. Brady. Complete. Inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. Aaron Hernandez.
Well, so many weapons for Tom Brady, especially in the middle of the field. And Aaron Hernandez is the other talented tight end. Nice blocking up front and a nice little one-handed stab by Hernandez. Boy, how many years are Patriots fans going to get to watch Gronkowski and Hernandez? Both of those guys 22 years old.
On 1st and goal, this is Ben Jarvis Green Ellis in the end zone for the touchdown.
That was a textbook New England drive engineered by Tom Brady. Good, solid running. Everybody involved. Good double team and a nice job by Ryan Wendell, the center. Starts a double team with Brian Waters and comes back off to the inside to get a piece of a guy to keep him away. Considering he's the 3rd center of the year for the Patriots, pretty nice work.
Ben Jarvis Green Ellis' 6th rushing touchdown of the season. Gostkowski's extra point is good. That breaks that streak of no touchdowns in first quarters. Under a minute and a half to play. It's 10-7 Eagles. Tom Brady engineering a 12-play, 80-yard drive in just under 7 minutes to pull the Patriots to within 3. And Dion Lewis is deep. Lewis will not run this one out, and the Eagles will start from their own 20-yard line. Where can you find the most beautiful women in the world, along with Maroon 5, Kanye West with Jay-Z, and Nicki Minaj? The Victoria's Secret fashion show, Tuesday, only CBS. Did I detect a Victoria's Secret representative in the studio in the NFL today, Dan?
Either that or we made a major upgrade on the talent sitting at that table, one or the other.
LaShawn McCoy and Ronnie Brown into the backfield with Vince Young on first down from the 20-yard line. And Young with time will pop over the middle. That's complete to McCoy, and McCoy to about the 27-yard line.
You know, you touched on it earlier, Greg, when you
the Victoria's Secret thing?
No, we're moving on.
Okay.
No, we're moving on. About Bill Belichick saying that this Eagles offense is just filled with punt returners. You know, mainly he's talking about Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy, and you know, every play is a punt return. No one guy we can count on to make a tackle. If we don't gang tackle and if we don't fly to the football, we're going to get burned with big plays.
Young on second down, under pressure, and goes down inside the 20. Back at the 19-yard line, Rob Ninkovich. And we have a penalty marker.
Holding, offense, number 69. That penalty is declined. Third down.
The penalty is on Evan Mathis.
Yeah, New England will decline it and take the loss of yardage because of Ninkovich's sack. And you can see right there, he just really runs Gerard Warren upfield. And let's see if the end of this.
Well, it starts out with a face mask.
Well, yeah, Ninkovich, yes, he does. He's got his hand on Vince Young's face mask. And none of the officials saw it.
So on 3rd and 10, Young to the 25 and out of bounds at about the 27 or 28-yard line. That'll be a couple of yards shy of a first down.
That face mask penalty, that would have brought an automatic first down for the Eagles, and that's a bad break that went undetected.
So that will send Julian Edelman back for the punt.
You know, the one thing with Vince Young running there, Vince told us that he didn't do much in the way of it last week against the Giants, and he said, I'm going to I envision myself doing a little more running in this game today.
Speaking of running, we've run out of time here in the first quarter. Philadelphia with a 10-7 lead. We're back to Lincoln Financial Field. After this, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Back for the start of the second quarter, and that's Julian Edelman, who returned a punt 72 yards a week ago for a touchdown against Kansas City.
Played defensive back in that game as well.
Low kick, Edelman with a chance to return it from the 25. Across the 35 and out to about the 38 or 39-yard line. Pretty picture from above. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by MetLife on a very pleasant late November evening in Philadelphia.
Well, Nnamdi Asomugha is remaining on the Eagles sideline. He's got a helmet on, but he's not out there with the defense.
Once again, he hyperextended his knee in practice on Thanksgiving Day.
And he looks like he's wanting to play. He's got his chin strap buckled up.
Brady down at the 30-yard line.
Mike Patterson. And that's called steamrolling the quarterback. There's Patterson right over here on the left side, and take a look at this. Great swim move. A tremendous swim move. Getting that arm up and over, and at the last minute, that is an oh-no look by Tom Brady.
He went right past Sebastian Vollmer over there.
That was a slick move.
2nd and 18. Quick pass out to the side is complete to Aaron Hernandez. And we have a penalty marker on the near side of the field. And this looks like an offsides call against the Eagles.
Offside. Defense, number 58, beating the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Defensive end Trent Cole.
What Jerome Boger should have said, attempting to beat the snap. Trent Cole is all about speed, all about getting off in a hurry in terms of getting that first step upfield on the offensive tackle, and that'll happen every now and then. He'll walk right on that very sharp edge.
On 2nd and 13, Brady had his man on, he dropped it. Taquan Underwood just signed this week. Couldn't hold on.
And again, Chad Ochocinco is inactive today because of a hamstring he hurt during the week. Underwood is playing because of that. And you draw it up, you execute it, it turns out just the way you practiced it, and it's a drop. Underwood looked totally befuddled by that ball coming at him.
3rd and 13. Brady escapes one, throwing, got his man. Deion Branch. 15, 10, 5, and down at the 1-yard line. 63 yards.
Well, Tom Brady, you don't think of him of staying alive like this, but I'm telling you what, he's grabbed down low, he skips out of it, and after that the Eagle pass rush just completely disappears. And Deion Branch and Tom Brady have such a history together that when his quarterback's in trouble, look at that, you go buddy, and he did.
This has been Jarvis Green Ellis to the end zone for the touchdown, and New England takes the lead.
That was a fantastic shot of Tom Brady communicating with his index finger to Deion Branch. When the quarterback leaves the pocket, the game changes, and those two were all over it. And again, that's a pretty easy little stroll into the end zone by Ben Jarvis Green Ellis.
His second touchdown of the afternoon, and Gostowski on for the extra point. We get a marker.
False start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty. Still playing the try.
So this extra point will be backed up 5 yards.
There is the look of a guy who's been there, done that before.
The extra point is good. Do you think number 12 could be a part-time air traffic controller?
Well, when the quarterback gets out of the pocket, all the receivers change their routes. Tom Brady changed Deion Branch's, and what do they get out of it? A big play.
There's the drive. Just 4 plays, 54 yards in just over a minute and a half, and a 14-10 New England lead.
Just a fantastic start for the Eagles, jumping out to a 10-0 lead, and then bang, bang.
This kick will not be returned by Dion Lewis, and it will come out to the 20-yard line. Let's look at the biggest play in that drive.
Well, Deion Branch is split out to the left. Here he is right here, and across from him, that's Brandon Hughes. And you're going to see Branch has got his initial route. Okay, the stop route right there, and there comes the look. And he gets the finger, the index finger pointing at him from Brady. And look how close he comes to going out of bounds. But you can see Green, and this is why Andy Reid didn't challenge it. Nice body control by Deion Branch, staying in bounds.
So now it's Young and the Eagles from their own 20-yard line. And Young back to the air, going to go deep, down the far side of the field. It is intercepted. Picked off by Antoine Molden. Molden, a fill-in at cornerback for the injured Devin McCourty.
take a look at this right now. That's just man coverage all the way. Deshaun Jackson has got a step, and that's, you know, a lot of times that left hand being thrown out there by Molden would bring an interference call. You know, that's about a 50-50 deal. He almost drops the ball, but he was aggressive with that left hand. A little bit of a shove off. That could have gone either way.
This is Stephen Ridley, and Ridley spins to the 35. A loss of a yard on the play.
Right now, Eagles fans are going, you know, well, there's a couple here that we had a face mask on Vince Young that didn't get called, and then that one, you could make an argument that maybe that should have been called. And that is one of the things that's contributing to the Eagles' losing record.
And that ball appeared to be underthrown by a few yards, too.
Like 20. They still flip.
On 2nd and 11, Brady, play fake. Over the middle. Got his man inside the 25-yard line. That's Wes Welker.
And Tom Brady right now is feeling it. You know, just a token play action, but again, that is just too easy. Wes Welker working into that Philadelphia zone, finds that soft spot in the middle without anybody within a couple yards of it.
Patriots first down at the 21. The give is to Woodhead. Just inside the 20-yard line.
Well, this offense of the Patriots camouflages some of their ills over on the other side of the ball. They are the 32nd ranked defense in the National Football League in terms of yardage. But because of contributions from their offense, and they somehow are 10th in points. Imagine that. Those two numbers don't jive.
Another red zone trip for the Patriots. Ridley wrapped up by Cullen Jenkins.
Well, Cullen Jenkins having a strong start to this evening's game. Here he is right here, and take a look at him getting the inside. He just knifes right inside Logan Mankins. And this handoff wasn't the cleanest thing. You can see that he had his hands way out when that ball hit his chest.
Asamoah with another appearance in the secondary on 3rd and 10. Brady, this side of the field off the fingertips of Welker.
And that was a good job by the New England offensive line. Matt Light ran Trent Cole upfield, so Tom Brady, he had the ability to step up and into the ball, and it just got a little bit high. But normally, and I say 95 out of 100 times, Wes Welker makes that catch. But I'm sure Tom Brady is going, man, I wish I'd have thrown that just about 6 inches lower.
And this is Gostowski from 39 yards out. And he missed it. Stephen Gostowski misses from 39 yards away. We stay at 14-10.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by BP. Verizon, your holiday tablet destination. And by Outback Steakhouse. It's always fresh in the Outback.
You know what, Dan? For TV's hottest crime solvers, it's never just another day in paradise. Catch Hawaii 5-0 tomorrow, only CBS.
Well, we got a little bit of paradise here today in Philadelphia with this weather.
Don't think I am unappreciative.
The Sunday between Thanksgiving and December, and it's 65 degrees.
And First down, LaShawn McCoy changing direction, going the other way, and is dragged down back at the 25-yard line.
Nice play by Rob Ninkovich. Really nice. And again, you talk to the defenders for New England, they say we've just all got to stay home. And look at Ninkovich. Look at him honor his responsibilities. He's got the backside contained, and he's not going to let the containment break down and let him get the edge.
He told us last night, point of emphasis, linebackers and defensive ends have to contain McCoy.
Got to stay home.
2nd and 14. And Chad Hall with the carry on that. Chad Hall, usually a wide receiver.
And Mark Anderson, a free agent who joined the Patriots this year and contributed 7 sacks already. And he has really fit in nicely on this New England defense. 4 years in Chicago. Little side trip to Houston before making everybody on the Patriots defensive staff happy.
Now Vince Young looking at 3rd and 12. This side of the field, he's got a man and underthrew it.
Oh, he had Deshaun Jackson. Boy, Deshaun Jackson ran a really nice route, and he was open.
That will send Julian Edelman back for the punt. Eagles come into this game with the fewest 3-and-outs in the league. 13 in their first 10 games. It's their second one today.
Well, keep in mind, Michael Vick was playing quarterback for the majority of those.
Benedict, fair catch, ball for and made at the 24-yard line. 8:54 to play. It's a 14-10 New England lead. As we welcome you back to Philadelphia, we know Tom Brady's been big time for a long time, but that's really stepping up the ladder.
4 down, 4 down.
I think when he matriculated from Ann Arbor, Michigan to New England, I'm not sure he had Johnny Unitas in mind. He was trying to make a football team.
Brady going to throw on first down. Will pass out into a flat to Hernandez, and Hernandez comes down to about a yard short of the first down. We get an NFL Today update. JV and Shannon.
San Diego trying to snap a 5-game losing streak.
Antonio Gates is getting healthy. Phillip Rivers had yet to turn it over. 6-yard TD, 10-0. Charge over the Broncos.
15 plays, 91 yards. Back to Greg and Dan.
All right, guys, it's almost panic time for the San Diego Chargers. The handoff to Danny Woodhead, and Woodhead breaks free for a first down and more across the 40 to about the 43.
And Tom Brady picking up the tempo here with the New England offense. They snapped the ball there with 19 seconds left on the play clock. And you can see the kind of success they're having. And Tom Brady's got him up to the line of scrimmage again, and he's going to keep his foot on the accelerator.
Brady kicks to his man, and that is Welker. And Welker across midfield and into Eagles territory, just about a yard short of a first down.
Yeah, the Eagles have their second defensive line, and their Babin and Cole are over on the sidelines. Well, Cole just came back out. All right, they got him right back out.
Read it.
But you need to rotate guys to keep them fresh against this up-tempo offense.
On 2nd and 1, that pass is complete for the first down to Hernandez.
Rosalio Johansson lost his helmet there because Cullen Jenkins came in with a big hit. And there's Jenkins is still on the ground. He hustled downfield and made a heck of a hit to finish up that play.
And we are going to get a timeout on the field with 7:19 to play in the first half. New England by 4.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. Find the perfect gift online or in-store this holiday season at Best Buy. And by Honda. Come see the wide selection and incredible offers at your Honda dealer during Happy Honda Days.
As we welcome you back, Cullen Jenkins has just now gotten off the field. Let's go back and see if we can figure out what happened to him.
Well, he comes in to tackle Aaron Hernandez from behind. Watch his right arm fly out, and he really knocks the helmet off his own teammate, Joselio Hansen. And he was kind of moving that arm around a little bit as he was sitting there.
You set it down, Tom Brady. Play action, going deep down the middle. He's got his man. Touchdown, Welker.
Well, first of all, kudos to the offensive line of the Patriots for giving Brady tremendous protection. Take a look at this, a little play action fake to Woodhead, but then just no pressure whatsoever, and then a complete blow in the secondary. Hansen and Allen, the two closest Eagle defenders, and that's just pitch and catch. That's awfully easy.
Gostkowski's extra point is good. 7:09 to play in the first half, and New England has extended to a 21-10 lead. This game began in convincing fashion for the Philadelphia Eagles, who marched right down and scored in the first 2 minutes and 19 seconds. But Tom Brady and the Patriots have found the key.
Well, that play action fake they just ran to Danny Woodhead just completely befuddled two members of the Eagles secondary.
Here in the second quarter, New England has totaled 145 yards. The Eagles are at -2. Once again, Dion Lewis deep in the end zone for Philadelphia. And this crowd has gone a little quiet. This one's returnable from a yard deep in the end zone. And Lewis out across the 25, just barely. Let's go back.
Yeah, Wes Welker starts from his customary position where he loves it here in the slot. But watch this play action here as Brady comes out. These two guys, man alive, do they bite all over this thing. And Wes Welker is just, look, I'm sorry guys, but you gotta have a little more discipline than that. You can't allow the leading receiver in the National Football League to just run free. And again, look at that blocking by the guys up front. Tom Brady only threw it because he wanted to. He could have stayed there for a while longer.
And we have a flag. Or a challenge flag thrown by Bill Belichick on the far side.
New England is challenging her on the field that the runner was not down by contact.
So we will go back and look and see exactly where Dion Lewis was brought down.
Well, let's take a look at it.
That happened right over, pretty close to where Bill Belichick stands, too.
Okay, so right now, does Lewis, well, yeah, his elbow, oh, yeah, his elbow is down. No question about that. All right, let's see where that occurred. Dion Lewis, there's the 10, there's the 15.
And you can see why Lewis kept going, because neither of his knees hit the ground.
That would look to be at about the 18-yard line. He's dragged down by Sergio Brown right there. And no question, the elbow, I don't care if his knees don't touch the ground. His elbow certainly did, and that means he's down.
But that's why Lewis kept going. It was good enough to convince the officials on that side.
Yes. And so they spotted the ball all the way up almost to the 26-yard line. So I would assume that's going to be about a net 8 yards that the Patriots will pick up, but no doubt he was down.
After reviewing the play, the runner was down by contact at the 18-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 7:06. New England is not charged a timeout.
So that'll be a difference of 8 yards to the Patriots' favor.
You can spot a defensive coach a mile away, can't you? 8 yards. 8 yards is a long ways as far as Bill Belichick is concerned.
We're told Coleman Jenkins has gone for x-rays to his thumb. His return is questionable. That's a big loss for the Patriots defense. Vince Young throwing outside, and that's complete to Jackson out to the 30 and a first down.
Well, that was a good sharp throw by Vince Young. Remember, their last series ended on a real disappointment where he had Deshaun Jackson wide open.
That's the first down
on a deep out, and misfired pretty badly.
First down of the second quarter for the Eagles. And Young going to throw it again, and once again it's Jackson, and maybe about half a yard short of another first down at the 40.
Well, there's Philadelphia. You see that great start they got off to with a touchdown and a field goal to get that 10-0 lead, and then since then they've run only 7 plays, a pair of punts and an interception on first down.
So on second and short yardage, McCoy will look for it, get it inside.
He's got a hole
inside the 40-yard line, brought down by Sterling Moore.
Well, that was beautifully executed by the Eagles. Coming in here off of the right side, the key block, there were 2 of them, one by Watkins and then the other one by Brent Selleck, the tight end. That was right there's the one block by Watkins, and then Selleck, he pinned his guy to the inside right there as he got White cornered.
Young to throw, and once again Jackson on the near side of the field.
You know, I love a team that comes back to the same thing if it's working, and Vince Young and Deshaun Jackson have now connected on basically the same pattern 3 times.
And LaShawn McCoy has just regained the rushing lead in the NFL. This is McCoy. Looking for a first down and right at that marker just inside the 30. And that is enough for a first down.
Well, you've got to love LaShawn McCoy's attributes in terms of having some power, but it's really, when you talk to other coaches and players about him, it's the quickness that comes the first thing that rolls off their tongue when they talk about, wow, his change of direction, his ability to jump cut.
Young throwing the other way. Inside the 10 to the 5-yard line to Brent Selleck, the tight end. It'll be first and goal.
Boy, at first, you know, there was a question in my mind, was Brent Selleck down by contact after making this catch? Look at him go up there, and yes, he is, no question about it. White makes contact with him right there and shoves him, and that's what causes Selleck to go down. What an effort by Brent Selleck. Nicely designed play, though, with that bootleg.
So now the Eagles first and goal. Vince Young trying to elude the rush and gets back to the line of scrimmage at the 5-yard line.
Well, we have seen our fair share of explosive plays in this game so far. I'm sure Bill Belichick's not happy how many of them have been executed by Vince Young in this Philadelphia offense against his D. We're seeing yardage gobbled up in some pretty big chunks.
Second and goal from the 5. Owen Schmidt in at fullback now. Young going to throw for it. All kinds of time. 2 to 5 and out of bounds at about the 4. It'll be third and goal.
And again, I think anyone who's ever been watching the NFL and Vince Young's career, and I guess you could go all the way back to his days at Texas, out in space, he was a guy that literally would cause some defenders' knees to shake. And right now, when you hear guys on defense talk about Vince Young, they're not nearly as concerned about him out in space as they used to be.
Young. Missed him in the end zone. Had Deshaun Jackson coming across.
Well, Deshaun Jackson is finding himself open all over this football field. A couple times Vince Young missed him. This time Vince Young delivers, and Deshaun Jackson just has it go right between his hands.
22-yard field goal attempt upcoming from Alex Henry. He hit earlier from 43. And that is good. 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Eagles get 3 of them back, and they trail by a score of 21-13. Since 2007, NFL Play 60 has been traveling the country, helping the youth of America to be more active and healthy. This spring, the NFL Play 60 bus will come to a new deserving community, and it could be yours. To find out more, visit nflrush.com/bus.
Well, 2 minutes and 11 seconds, a lot of time for Brady. And there can't be anybody who follows the National Football League who doesn't know that Deshaun Jackson wants a new contract. That it has been a real problem for him this year. Got suspended for a game because he was late to a meeting. And again, you know, when those kind of things happen, where you're in the end zone and the ball goes right between your hands, it just exacerbates the entire situation.
And what does Andy Reid tell us? I love the kid.
I don't know.
I love the kid.
He loves the way he works. He likes his attitude. You got to love his ability to turn a big play. But that kind of a drop in a critical game when you're in the dangerous straits that the Eagles find themselves in right now, the margin for error on this team is really non-existent.
This will be Danny Woodhead from the 2. Out across the 20 to about the 21 or the 22-yard line. 2:06 to play. Tom Brady back onto the field.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Vince Young got it going with that long pass to Riley Cooper. That led to this touchdown by LaShawn McCoy. Then Tom Brady, he points to Deion Branch as he gets out of the pocket. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, he stuffs it into the end zone. And then a big post pattern from Tom Brady to Wes Welker. And 21-13, the Pats on top, and we might have a chance to watch a surgeon at work.
As we come up on the 2-minute warning, Brady escapes trouble, is going to take off across the 30 and slides down to about the 34-yard line. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 1:58 to play in the first half. We're coming back to Philadelphia in just a moment. That's Bob Kraft, the head man of the New England Patriots, and right next to him, his son Jonathan. And they are still dealing with the loss of Bob's wife Myra last summer. One of the really nice people.
Well, we saw movement there on the defensive line, and then of course you see Vollmer jump out of his
Neutral
stance.
zone infraction. Defense, number 93.
Jason Babin was the
penalty. Still first down.
Pretty smart move by Sebastian Vollmer to make it look like he instinctively reacted to that. A free 5 yards.
51's the mic.
That 13-yard run by Brady, by the way, his longest since the 2007 season.
You could have timed that thing.
Tom doesn't get out much.
But the sun does.
Quick pass this side of the field. Deion Branch, midfield. Into Eagles territory at the 48-yard line, and a first down.
And again, New England with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Tom Brady is firmly in control of this.
51's the mic.
Louis, all right.
Calls out Cheney as the Mike linebacker.
Brady in and out of the hands of Gronkowski.
Boy, trying to throw into a pretty tight little window there. Here comes Gronkowski, and that's Nnamdi Asomugha. And did Asomugha tip it? Yes, I believe he did. Yep, Asomugha got his hands on it. Yep, look how he alters the flight of the ball, and that explains why Gronkowski wasn't able to handle it.
.131 on the clock. And Brady with the keeper up the middle. To about the 37.
Well, if the Mike linebacker walks out and leaves that big bubble over the center position, Tom Brady will just pick up some cheap yards.
Short one, that's complete to Welker, and Welker is out of bounds inside the 30 at the 28 or the 27. 1:08 on the clock.
And there couldn't be anybody sitting in this stadium when they saw that Tom Brady had over 2 minutes and all 3 timeouts, of which he's used none of them yet. Nobody in here didn't think that he had a good chance at doing just what he's doing now. Brian Waters turning around going, who's the Mike? They need to know to set their protections.
And Brady throwing this side of the field, diving attempt by Welker.
And Tom Brady got hit, and he is... I take that back. That wasn't Brady. That was another one of the Patriots that had trouble getting up.
Second and 10, 64 seconds on the clock. Tip, incomplete. Tipped by Trevor Laws, number 91.
Again, one of the members of the 8-man rotation on the defensive line here for the Eagles. And when you've got to rush the passer as many times as you have to do when you play the Patriots, and this up-tempo, your D-line needs a breather every now and then. Here comes pressure.
Brady throwing this side of the field incomplete, intended for Branch.
Well, that time Juan Castillo dialed up a blitz and brought 6, and Brandon Hughes actually had really good coverage on the outside. Here comes Asomugha, and it's well blocked. It's pretty well picked up considering it was a 6-man rush. I'm telling you, there is some competitive fire that burns inside that guy.
Gostowski, who missed a 39-yarder, now from 45. Got it in there. So with 51 seconds to play here in the first half, New England's lead is now 24-13. A reminder coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher have all the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Sprint halftime report.
Well, we have seen a lot of yardage accumulated by both of these teams. Take a look at it passing wise. Tom Brady 13 of 20, Vince 9 of 16. The difference is 1 touchdown for Brady, 1 interception for Vince. Nobody's doing a whole lot running the football.
There's been a lot of footballs in the air today.
Yeah, although McCoy's got almost a 5-yard per carry average. And Deshaun Jackson 4 receptions for 73, but boy, it could have been so much more. He had a couple patterns where he was wide open and Vince Young didn't get him the ball, and then of course he had the drop in the end zone the last time around, which would have been a touchdown.
You talk about that competitive fire in Tom Brady. How about what Rob Gronkowski shared with us about how Tom Brady gets after him and Aaron Hernandez? Everybody thinks, oh, these 2 bright young stars at tight end, and they are, but Tom Brady gets on them pretty good.
Gronkowski said, this wasn't a great week for me.
Dion Lewis dropped it in the end zone. He will down it there. So Vince Young and the Eagles will start at their own 20-yard line with 51 seconds on the clock and 1 timeout.
And Vince Young, of course, is playing for the 2nd week in a row because Michael Vick and his 2 broken ribs not able to go. And now the question is going to be, as soon as this game is over, the Eagles have to fly all the way to Seattle for a game Thursday night. And it'll be interesting to see if Michael Vick is any better 4 days from now.
Young. Slides down at the 25. Found no one open downfield. The clock is at 40 seconds and running.
And again, in this kind of a situation, the 2-minute drill, you know, Michael Vick is the guy that had all the reps during the season.
Young again with time. Far side of the field. Diving catch. No. Incomplete. Intended for Cooper. 18 seconds on the clock.
Well, you could hear that ball hit Riley Cooper. I don't know how Bill Belichick does it with this. At the beginning, when the Eagles jump out 10-0, he's got a defensive secondary that's really being played by a bunch of guys that you just are thinking, wow, how do they do it? And somehow they have such a work ethic and such a professionalism that these guys seem to get in the right places more often than not.
And penalty markers fly.
False start. Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That's the rookie right guard, Danny Watkins, and it was voiced to us on more than one occasion yesterday by the Eagles. These fans know their football, and if you don't perform well, they will let you hear it.
Well, that is not a new occurrence.
No. 3rd and 11.
They love their game and they love their Eagles.
Young under pressure over the middle, incomplete.
And Vince had a couple of Patriots coming right up the middle, and of course any quarterback will tell you that's the worst pressure that there is, coming right up inside.
So once again, Julian Edelman will go back for the Patriots, and Chaz Henry will punt it away for the Eagles.
That's where the Eagles coverage team here keep their focus.
Edelman will let this one bounce, and it'll roll to the 30 where he picks it up. And is dropped at the 29 with 2 seconds on the clock. Just enough time for a snap, a knee, and halftime.
I can't imagine anything else.
Hey, nice job.
But with this team and that guy, never say never. No, they're going to take a knee.
No. 20.
And that'll do it for halftime. The Eagles started strong, but it's the New England Patriots that finished strong. 24-13 New England. We're back with the Spread halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Here in Philadelphia, the Patriots leading the Eagles by a score of 24-13. Let's take a look at the Droid Razor play presented by Motorola, Dan.
Well, a lot of teamwork involved here. It started with a tremendous piece of play action by Tom Brady, but then a perfect strike to a wide open Wes Welker after a mistake in the Eagles secondary allowed him to run free, and that was a pretty easy New England touchdown.
Greg Gumbel along with Dan Dierdorf. We said this earlier today, Dan, for the Patriots to win today would be a nice win, but the Philadelphia Eagles are in a must-win situation at 4-6.
Yeah, at 4-6, and looking at their schedule down the road, and again on short notice having to fly all the way to Seattle. Even though the Seahawks aren't one of the NFL's premier teams, it's still a tough place to win. So they can't, you know, if they technically they're not out of if they lose today, But Greg, for all intents and purposes, they are the biggest of long shots if they can't beat the New England Patriots here this evening.
And the New England Patriots will get their hands on the ball first here in the second half. Danny Woodhead is deep. And it is Woodhead from 3 yards deep in the end zone. To the 20. Out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line, and some first half numbers, Dan.
Well, again, we talked about big chunks of yardage by both of these teams. You can see the Eagles penalized 6 times, and they haven't converted a third down. This is a killer. Something they did so well in that drive last week to win the game against the New York Giants.
This has been Jarvis Green Ellis for a couple.
And if ever a defense needed a 3 and out, it's the Eagles right now. Because if New England is able to put together another long drive that results in some points, well, obviously, you know, going up by that margin is tough. But again, it's just a little demoralizing.
1 yard pickup, 2nd and 9. Brady crossing pattern. Welker holds on, has a first down, and out to about the 44-yard line. First down.
Boy, they love these intermediate little crossing patterns. Wes Welker coming out of the slot there on the left. How many times have we seen that? Just operating underneath the coverage. The Eagles dropping back into a zone, and the Patriots will feast on the underneath stuff.
On first down, Brady looking both ways and then throws to the right and hits Deion Branch.
And again, it's an up-tempo offense. Here come the Patriots to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Cullen Jenkins, who left the field with an injury in the first half. He's back.
Yeah, that's really good news for the Eagles. He was having a really good first half all over the place.
And Nnamdi Asomugha into the secondary for Philadelphia. Brady escapes pressure, on the move again, and slides down inside the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Tom Brady keeps catching his knee. The first time he did that, he dug a huge divot, and that time his knee brace catches the sod here and digs right in. Again, and that's, you know, that is not a smooth landing when that knee digs in like that. And it actually rolled Tom over.
He looks like he's gardening.
Well, he wears a brace on that left knee, of course. And I think everybody remembers the injury. He's going to wear that the rest of his career.
On 2nd and 2 over the middle. That is complete inside the 30 to Branch. And another first down for the Patriots.
And that is, you know, that is doing some real gardening there. Tom Brady, the second time he's dug a hole here at Lincoln Financial. And again, this Eagles defense, particularly in the secondary, is struggling to keep up with the Patriots receivers.
Quick pass this side, complete to Fernandez. Fernandez shaking tackles to the 10 inside the 10-yard line. Brought down by Asomugha.
And I really admire Nnamdi Asomugha trying to play. You can see he's grimacing as he gets up, but just a nicely designed screen. Gronkowski gets out, makes a block. Julian Edelman on the outside. Nothing spectacular, but they walled their guys off.
First and 10. That one at the feet of Branch. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, Curtis Marsh really got a good jump on that. And another Eagle player on the ground. That's Trevor Laws.
And I'd say the problem is his right leg.
I hope that's a cramp for his sake.
They'll check on him. We'll take a break. 11:32 to play in the third. Trevor Laws, number 91, was able to walk off the field under his own power. It did appear to be a cramp.
Yeah, the way he walked off, I'm almost sure that's what it was.
Meanwhile, second and goal. Sebastian Vollmer has left the field with an ankle injury. He's been replaced by Nate Solder at right tackle. Brady inside the 5 and touchdown. Wes Welker.
Well, talk about a bang-bang play at the pylon. But the ruling on the field, Wes Welker got the ball across the plane. And again, what a perfect pass from Tom Brady. Look at that, right onto the hands. And now Wes Welker, being the athlete he is, stretches the ball over the pylon. Nifty, nifty piece of work by number 83.
Welker's second touchdown catch of the day, number 8 on the season.
This is being reviewed upstairs automatically because it was ruled to be a score on the field.
And Jerome Boger now is going to take a walk over here to the near sideline.
The one angle that we looked at really looked like when he leaned it out there that he got it over the pylon. From that angle there, it certainly looked like he got it over the pylon. Now, I know when he lands, the ball hits the ground, but keep in mind, Wes Welker already had possession of that football. That hitting the ground and keeping control of it, I don't believe, comes into play right here because Wes Welker already had control of the football.
And that right foot didn't appear to be out of bounds at about the 1 yard line.
No, turned it up. Yeah, he turned it upfield and looked to me like he executed everything you need to do to have a touchdown. The right foot was in bounds as he reached it out over the pylon.
The right foot comes down at the 1.
And it's in bounds, and the ball appears to have broken the plane. And again, keep in mind, it was ruled a touchdown on the field, which means that Jerome Boger has to see something that is absolutely going to convince him otherwise.
And he has seen what he needs to see.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Well, that is how you take control of a football game, by getting the second half kickoff and just jamming it down the other team's throat.
Make it 27 touchdown passes for Brady on the season. Gostkowski with a point after. And it's good. So just under 11.5 to play in the third quarter. The Patriots come out with 7 points on the board. 31-13 Pats.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, in theaters December 21st. And by Nike. Basketball never stops.
These New England Patriots on a scoring binge. They've now put 102 points on the board in their last 3 games, including today.
They've already put 344 yards of offense against this Philadelphia defense.
And Dion Lewis will not run this one out of the end zone. It'll be first down, Philadelphia at their own 20-yard line.
This is the most American gameplay. When we graduate, we'll be on the same team. But when we're on that field, we do not like each other.
They're there for a special reason. It's not just about the football.
That's a Game of Honor premiering December 21st only on Showtime, and a special behind-the-scenes look December the 3rd on CBS.
I'm very proud to have called an Army-Navy game.
Vince Young out to the side, complete to Brent Selleck, just tight end. And a pickup of about 4 to the 24-yard line. Dan, it is a pretty quiet Eagles crowd.
Well, they're still here. I'll say that for them. Even though their team's down 31-13, I have seen the aisles are clear.
Young, throw, and it's complete to the 45-yard line to Jason Avant, his first catch of the day.
Again, we've seen some good things out of the Philadelphia offense. We've seen a lot of big plays. We just haven't seen consistency. And you see he just barely got that over the reach of Phillip Adams.
Only the 5th first down for the Eagles since the first quarter. This is McCoy.
And that's the one thing, you know, this is the NFL's leading rushing team, averaging almost 170 yards a game running the football, and they have really worked at it. That they've only got 46 yards on the day today. So that's you know, now they're behind, so you're not going to really work on running the football now. But in the first half, to have only 44 yards rushing had to be a disappointment to them.
Young over the middle. That's inside the 40 and complete to Avant again to about the 36, and that's another first down.
But you know that it goes down as a completed pass by Vince Young, but you got to be able to give your receiver a chance to do something with the ball. And that ball was high and behind Jason Avant. And, you know, to make the catch, he ends up on the ground instead of hitting him in stride where he's able to do something with it and maybe turn it into a really big play.
Young crossing pattern, incomplete at the 25 and hit hard was Avant. Kyle Arrington made contact and Avant is still down.
Well, working against the New England zone, there's a tackler waiting for you. And Kyle Arrington, shoulder to the midsection, the helmet off to the side. That is exactly the way you're supposed to do it. But boy, a receiver running against a zone like that, there's somebody there waiting for you on the other side, and sometimes it's a heavy hit. We only hope he's okay.
Happy to say Jason Avant appeared to have gotten the wind knocked out of him and came off the field under his own power. He's standing along the sideline. 2nd and 10 for Vince Young and the Eagles. Young. That's complete inside the 15 to the 10-yard line to Clay Harbor, the tight end. And a nice throw by Young.
Oh, yeah, Clay Harbor, a young player. And this is a great job of catching it in traffic. You know you're going to get popped, and that's exactly what happened with Harbor. He took a big shot and held on to that football. And, you know, after watching what happened to Jason Avant the time before, you admire a guy that's got the ability to go in and do that. Nice work.
Julian Edelman is in the secondary for the Patriots on first down. This is McCoy. McCoy looking for running room just inside the 10.
Well, Julian Edelman, because of all the injuries, he's a receiver and a kick returner, but because of his versatility and being a good athlete, he's the latest guy to get drafted by Bill Belichick to go both ways and take some defensive snaps.
Brings back memories of Troy Brown, doesn't he, Dan?
Well, with Patrick Chung not playing, Devin McCourty not playing, Rosside Dowling, their number 2 pick, ended up on injured reserve. They're really thin.
On 2nd and 8, Young with lots of time. On the move. Inside the 5 to about the 3.
And Julian Edelman. How about that? Now you'd think, wait a minute, no way Can Vince Young, a really effective scrambler and an open field runner, he can't be tackled by a wide receiver, can he? And look at that. Edelman breaks down, gets his shoulders square. Young tries to put the juke on him, puts a double move on him, and look at Edelman. Stayed squared, didn't commit, drove through a leg, and wrapped it up. Pretty nicely done. 3rd and 1. McCall. Nowhere to go.
Be short of a first down. Appears to be about a yard short of a first down.
And we've got a New England Patriot down on the ground.
If that's James Ehedibo, then that is an injury to an already thin secondary.
It is Ehedibo, their starting safety, and he's had a bad shoulder. Former New York Jet, new to the Patriots this year.
So they will look at him and will bow out for this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. And by National Car Rental. Go national. Go like a pro.
Fourth and 1, and Andy Reid is going to go for it, and not much choice here. He needs touchdowns and not field goals.
Well, he only needs a yard for a first down.
And before he gets a chance to go for it, the New England Patriots are going to call a timeout, use their first here in the second half, and it really isn't much of a tough decision for Andy Reid.
Oh no, you don't know if you're going to get back here anytime soon, so you're this close. You don't settle for a field goal in this situation.
New England with a 31-13 lead as we come up on 6.5 minutes to play.
I mean, you also got to understand that, you know, Andy Reid is thinking to himself right now, I need touchdowns because I haven't seen anything from my defense that leads me to believe that the New England Patriots are stuck on 31. So I don't think field goals are an attractive option for the Eagles.
James Ehedibo has checked back into the lineup for New England as they make wholesale changes on defense here. 4th and 1. It is possible for them to get a first down without scoring a touchdown. McCoy in the backfield. Young rolls, throws, back to the end zone. It's incomplete. Too far.
Bad throw from Vince Young. That had no chance of being completed in the field of play. You can't throw a pass that has such a small margin of error. He's trying to find Brent Selleck at the back of the end zone, but Selleck is covered pretty well by Kyle Arrington, even though Arrington loses his footing and goes down. But Young tries to float the ball in there, but even if Selleck would have made that catch and come down with the ball, he would have been at least 6 or 8 feet out of bounds.
So on first down, Ben Jarvis, Green, Ellis for maybe 2 yards, maybe a yard to the 3.
Not much. I mean, Brent Selleck did everything he could do to try to come down with that football, but didn't matter at all. Well, normally in this situation, you just try to hammer away, but let's be realistic. I don't think the Patriots are all that concerned about Tom Brady throwing the football out of his own end zone.
Tom Brady's never been shy about throwing out of his end zone. 2nd and 9. Ball was by Deion Branch before he turned to look for it, and it'll be 3rd down.
Remember in the opener, it was the same situation where the Patriots threw a 99-yarder to Wes Welker. So they've enjoyed some success throwing out of their own end zone in that opening day win against Miami.
So Eagles fans looking for a defensive stop here. We've dipped under the 6-minute mark for the third quarter. Brady got rid of it. That's complete to Branch. Branch up the middle of the field. Across the 25 to the 26 and a first down.
And boos start to rain down out of the upper deck. Again, just a 4-man rush, and Tom Brady doesn't really have great protection. He can't step into that at all. But Deion Branch, he just finds a little room.
This is Woodhead. Across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
And again, this is just a this is an offense that is just working so smoothly. You know, Tom Brady on his way to over 5,000 yards if he continues on this pace.
20.
Dan Marino's record is under attack by a group of quarterbacks this year.
This has been Jarvis, Green, Ellis, and heavy contact.
Well, this is really encouraging for the New England Patriots fans to see Wes Welker and Deion Branch back in the mix. Those two only had 2 receptions apiece in the win last week against Kansas City, and everybody's going, well, we need to get our wideouts involved. Well, you've been heard and answered. 13 catches between the two of them.
34. Direct snap to Woodhead. Woodhead trying to turn the corner and won't make it. Nice play by the rookie, Brian Roll.
Well, Brian Roll is, and we haven't talked about him much tonight. He's an undersized linebacker from Ohio State, their 6th-round draft pick this year, but he can run. And right there, you would think that Danny Woodhead had the corner, that he wasn't going to have much of a problem.
Offense, number 77. That
and we have a clipping penalty called against Nate Solder.
And because it'll be a 4th down, you decline that and accept the punt. But that's a good look at the reason that Brian Roll has been playing. Tonight's his 8th start, and he in the open field, he can cover some ground.
Deshaun Jackson deep. Only the 2nd time today that the Patriots have punted.
But a good drive as they pushed it 30 yards away from their end zone.
Jackson, fair catch ball, and he lets it fall, and it takes a New England bounce inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the third. The boos rain down. Vince Young's got to do something about that. Not to mention the Patriot defense. .320 to play in the third quarter. Vince Young and the Eagles from their own 12, and Young up the sideline. That is complete to LaShawn McCoy, and he is out of bounds at about the 23 for a first down. And while the scoreboard isn't so sweet for Eagles fans, that's a beautiful sight from up above. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by MetLife.
It's a beautiful football stadium. It really is. This whole sports complex here in Philadelphia, it's really impressive.
So the Eagles with a first down now at their own 23. Young change of direction, threw that one into the dirt. Deshaun Jackson double covered coming across the field.
Well, yeah, I think he was so locked into Deshaun Jackson that he made the right call and not trying to complete it. I think he actually threw that into the ground on purpose. Here comes Deshaun Jackson, and it's Edelman who's buying none of it. He reads the break all the way. I'm going to give Vince the benefit of the doubt and say that he thought he was covered and got rid of the football. I'd like to think that he wasn't really trying to throw that.
2nd and 10. Screen. 31-yard line. Julian Edelman again in on the tackle of LaShawn McCoy.
Boy, LaShawn McCoy can change direction. He is fun to watch with the football. You know, Brian Westbrook's so good for so many years here in Philadelphia, and McCoy can do a lot of the things that Westbrook did, and some of them in terms of just pure quickness, he does them better.
And on 3rd and 1, Young with a throw for it. And he's got his man across midfield and into New England territory as Jason Avant for a first down.
Well, you can't do it any better than Vince Young did it right there. I mean, take a look at this. A little double move and out and it up by Jason Avant. And again, they're going for the matchup. I mean, they're going to Edelman. And Edelman, you know, he bit on it a little bit. He didn't bite on it all the way, but he bit on it just enough to allow that window. And Vince Young with a really well-thrown pass.
And for the first time today, the Eagles convert on 3rd down. Young, deep drop this time. All kinds of time, and he's going to go deep to the end zone, and it is incomplete.
Boy, did Sergio Brown get a hand in there at the last minute? The crowd is booing, but I thought Sergio Brown actually broke that up. Let's take a look at it. Here comes the ball. And I can't tell from that angle. From that angle, it looked like he didn't. But it sure when it happened. Let's take a from another angle. Let's look at, here comes Brown, 31. And he did get his hand on the right arm of Deshaun Jackson.
Young, his receiver slipped and fell, and the ball popped up and fell incomplete. Off of Kyle Arrington to JB and Shannon in New York. Got it.
Shannon, might we call this a golden play?
Yes. What's more valuable than silver, JB?
Up is gold.
Golden. 18-yard touch, 15-yard touchdown from Tavares Jackson, 17-7. Why would you go to the ground and get a penalty? But hey, 17-7, Seattle.
All right, Greg, I know there's a comment coming back. Greg and Dan.
Well, I think we've seen our fair share of silly penalties today.
Yeah, there have been a couple of them of receivers behaving badly.
Young throwing and incomplete off the fingertips at the 30-yard line of Jason Avant. And Julian Edelman in on Vince Young on that play.
And Vince Young is still not up. And he's finally jogging towards the Philadelphia sideline. Here comes Edelman on a blitz. And again, Julian Edelman sliding the helmet off to the side, hitting him with the shoulder. Edelman doesn't watch out. His days as a receiver might be over for a while.
Well, he's going to get a break from returning punts as Wes Welker drops back. Bill Belichick's kind of football player, isn't he, then?
Yes, he is. Of course, he's not the first Patriot to do that.
Welcome, fair catch called for, made at the 15-yard line. Just a reminder of what's coming your way next Sunday. The NFL on CBS, regional action coming your way. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. That's Andy Dalton and Ben Roethlisberger. Dan, you and I will be in Miami, where the Dolphins will play host to the Oakland Raiders. It all begins with the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines.
During the kick, holding, kicking team, number 29. The 10-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down, New England.
So that penalty is assessed against the Eagles and will advance the ball to the 25-yard line.
Well, Andy Reid has tried to remain upbeat, positive about his football team, but there's going to be some hard questions if they don't come up with a pretty stupendous remaining 16 minutes here.
Both these quarterbacks have 296 yards throwing today. lots of different results. There's a screen to the far side of Hernandez. To about the 28. 50 seconds to play in the third.
Yeah, and you know, the Eagles have talent, but you know, let's be realistic. We're looking at one team here who's playing with their starting quarterback, who's playing the game at the highest level, and one team is playing with their backup quarterback because their starting quarterback has missed his second game in a row. That's a big difference.
This is Ridley. And Ridley to the 35, and right at a first down marker. That is enough for a first down.
But I am very impressed with what the Patriots have done offensively. They're at 385 yards through 3 quarters of football.
And Tom Brady at 300 yards throwing with a quarter to go.
That is flat getting it done.
We come to the end of 3 with the score. New England 31, the Eagles 13. Brady and company rolling. We'll come back to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Along with our producer, Mark Wolf, and our director, Bob Fishman, Greg Gumbel, Dan Dierdorf, and the rest of our CBS Sports crew in Philadelphia, we start the 4th quarter. And Tom Brady with the handoff to Stephen Ridley. And if you want to know just how impressive an offensive performance it's been for the New England Patriots, that graphic tells you right there is the Patriots have gone over 30 points in 8 of their 11 games this season.
And then that middle figure, their 5 scoring drives of 50-plus yards. That is so impressive. And there, of course, is former Patriot Asante Samuel, who the game has been happening in places tonight where he has not been. He has not been involved in a big play this entire game.
Brady over the middle, complete to midfield, Gronkowski.
And what a target. And what a good kid. Talking to him, he has got a personality. But again, he was telling us that Tom Brady is so hard on Aaron and I. There are days we just can't do anything right. He barks at us. He goes, I thought this was pick on Rob week. And I think it says a lot about the leader that Tom Brady has become and how he demands excellence from his teammates.
This is Shane Vereen, and Vereen doesn't make it back to the 50-yard line. But every time you think of Tom Brady, maybe people don't get the picture of just how tough and a leader that he is in the locker room as well as on the field there.
Well, you know, in public, he's a quiet guy. He's soft-spoken, extremely intelligent. But I'm telling you something. We saw that shot of him on the sideline when he threw a pass that he thought was a little high to Wes Welker in the first half, and he was furious that then they missed the field goal. He is one competitive son of a gun.
Second and 10. Brady throwing far side of the field, nowhere near Deion Branch. Once again, to New York.
Washington trying to keep it close, Shannon.
JB, does anybody here besides me remember Ronaldo skeets me a mile? Oh! Breaks a tackle. 28 yards later, make him smell deodorant in the end zone. 17-13, Seahawks.
Extra point is pending. Yes, Skeets Nehemiah from the University of Maryland has been in those all too well. Back to Greg and Dan.
All right, guys, thank you. 3rd and 10. Pass out into the flat, complete to Welker. Welker, first down at the 40-yard line.
You know, they converted anyway, but we were talking about Tom Brady being competitive. He took a bite out of Deion Branch after that last incompletion on 2nd down where Branch kept running and Brady threw to the spot. And boy, Tom Brady walked a good 10 yards over to intercept Branch on his way back to the huddle, and Deion got an earful. But they converted anyway.
New set of down. Give us to Vereen. And he'll get 1, maybe 2. And a little bit of shoving in the middle of the field.
You know, Greg, we talked about the fact that, you know, those 5 drives of 50-plus all ended up being scoring drives for the Patriots. The Patriots, and it's still 12 minutes of football left, they have 26 first downs in this football game. Now that is moving the chains. That has got to make BB happy.
Flip.
Not so much on the far side of the field. 2nd and 9. And this is Vereen. Vereen turns the corner, able to do it. And knocked out of bounds at about the 31-yard line by Nate Allen.
Well, Shane Vereen, their 2nd-round pick this year, the rookie from Cal. He got some playing time last week in the game against Kansas City, and he's able to get the corner on this. And you got to earn your playing time in New England, and Shane Vereen has done so. And you know, his problem is the fact that Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, and Danny Woodhead are both playing so well, and there's only so many carries to be had in this New England offense.
Brady gets himself a carry there on the sneak.
I think this Shane Vereen, though, has a nice upside.
And there is Vince Young. Found it interesting. Vince Young was saying that he's out to change some old perceptions about him. He said, what perceptions? He said that I don't study, that I don't take this game seriously.
He signed a 1-year deal here in Philadelphia, and he's hoping to springboard someplace else.
This is Vereen. To about the 32.
And again, he said the primary reason, I knew I wasn't going to start here because Michael Vick was firmly entrenched, but he said, I wanted to learn. I know what a teacher Andy Reid is, his ability to develop quarterbacks, and I wanted to learn from Andy Reid. Well, we've seen flashes. He has made some outstanding throws today. Some of them have been not so good. And of course, last week he really in clutch time with that big drive, that 80-yard drive to score the winner against the Giants.
Brady over the middle, wide open. Hernandez inside the 20 to the 15, and another 1st down.
And this must be so discouraging for this defense of the Eagles, because they just can't stop the Patriots. And you'd think, and Juan Castillo is you know, he's under fire, he's under siege in this city. You know, longtime offensive line coach. Andy's under fire for appointing Juan to the defensive coordinator's job.
In the round.
Well, good hustle there.
Nate Allen making the stop.
Well, that was good hustle by the Eagles defense, and but you can see this Patriots offense. Here they are, 31-13, and they're running an end around at you.
But back to what you were talking about, Dan, the whole situation with these Eagles, and you heard the whole thing about the dream team and so on. And there's the owner, Jeffrey Lurie.
And he's you know, he wants to win. He's proud of what he's brought. You know, under his ownership, his tenure with the Eagles, what they've accomplished, and it's been a lot, but it hasn't been a Super Bowl win.
2nd and 19 inside the 5 to the end zone. Gronkowski, touchdown.
And we are watching an offensive football team that just can't hardly execute any better. They are doing it all. Their pass blocking, their run blocking, and obviously their quarterback. And now Rob Gronkowski, the mega spike. And that was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't one of his more vicious ones. He told us last night. I kind of think that's my thing.
I don't think a seismograph flooded anywhere on that one.
But we aren't about to argue with someone that big. The Gronkowski spike punctuating yet another Patriot touchdown. About 8.5 to play here in the 4th quarter, and the Philadelphia Eagles and their fans have been hit by a New England buzzsaw. The Patriots have equaled their highest point total of the season. They scored 38 in the season opener at Miami.
Well, few teams had the excitement level that the Eagles did when the CBA was agreed to and this team was assembled. There was a fever pitch of excitement surrounding this Eagle team.
And Deion Lewis will not run this one out of the end zone. It'll be, once again, a start from the 20-yard line when we come back.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new 80-inch from Sharp, the leader in the largest LED TVs. New Year's Eve, in theaters December 9th. And by GMC. Now during the GMC holiday event, trade up to the best Sierra ever and get some of the best offers of the year.
Not so much for that young man, but it's shaping up to be a sweet short ride back to New England for the Patriots, who lead at 38-13 with 8:35 to play. Vince Young throwing and completing to Vaughn. Vaughn across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And a first down. And we have a player down on the field. That is number 27, Antoine Molden.
And again, he being encouraged to stay down by one of his teammates. Both of these teams so banged up in the secondaries.
And the hits just keep on coming. Antoine Molden offered a little resistance, didn't want to come out of the game, but of course he was required to, and he walked off the field under his own power. Sterling Moore has moved over to replace him at cornerback from safety, and Sergio Brown is now playing safety.
But Molden took a pretty good hit to the head.
Young running out of time and gets planted at the 20-yard line. Well, by Mark Anderson.
And Mark Anderson, sometimes if you're rushing in your lane, something good happens. And that flag is way downfield. It's on the other side of the 50-yard line.
While the quarterback was still in the pocket, illegal contact, defense, number 26, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So instead of that being a mammoth loss, Phillip Adams' penalty gives the Eagles a first down, and there it is.
There it is right there. And you know, that's not a penalty if the quarterback is out of the pocket, but certainly that is well beyond the 5-yard limit.
Mr. Young was prevented from leaving the pocket.
Mr. Anderson lost the sack.
First down.
He won't be happy about having that taken away from him.
Young over the middle. Popped into the air. Here comes a flag.
Well, that ball struck one of the guys up front. I'm not sure if it hit one of his offensive linemen or one of the Patriots.
Pass interference, offense, number 81, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So that penalty is against Avant.
Well, Jason Avant is back out on the field after taking that big hit. But it makes a tough situation here even a little harder now, 1st and 20. But again, this Patriots secondary, we may see some more offensive guys playing back there other than Edelman before this is over, if Molden doesn't come back.
All right, with New England comfortably ahead of Philadelphia in Philly, we'll take you to a much more competitive contest. Denver and San Diego, 3-point game. Let's join Ian Eagle and Dan Fouts.
San Diego 13, Denver 10. Broncos on the move with a 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
San Diego is challenging the ruling on the field of the previous play of a completed pass.
Well, that looked clean for Eric Decker, who cradled the ball on this lunging grab.
Well, it's worth the challenge. San Diego does have 3 timeouts. Let's go back and take a look at it. Ball moving just a little bit. Well, he's got his left arm pinning the ball against his stomach as he comes around. I think that's a good catch.
It looked like he secured it and was able to tuck it inside. Ooh, that angle just showed a little bit of movement as well.
Yes, there is. And remember, this was on a 3rd down and 11. So if it's overturned, the Broncos will probably have to punt back to San Diego.
call on the field was a clean catch. So they would have to see clear evidence to overturn this play. And San Diego has challenged it's got to be indisputable video evidence to make a change.
That's the key line right there. And really, can't we dispute just about everything?
You can. To me, off the live look and all the replays, it still appeared that Eric Decker was able to hold onto the football and roll with the ball tucked up against his body.
And with a guy landing on his back, knocking all the wind out of him.
Now, he was shaken up on the play. Now Jeff Triplett is taking a look at it. Will this drive continue for John Fox? Triplett has seen enough. He's seen all the angles that we've had.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. San Diego is charged a timeout.
So San Diego has 2 timeouts remaining. 4:02 left to play now in the fourth quarter, and the Chargers with a 13-10 lead on Denver. Tim Tebow, 7 of 13, 110 yards and a touchdown through the air. He's got 46 yards on the ground. First and 10, just shy of the 35 of San Diego. And a give for McGahee, and brought down. He picks up a yard. Donald Butler got him down low.
Chargers have done a good job of stopping McGahee here in the fourth quarter. What they haven't been able to do is stop that guy in the pocket. The offensive line has done a super job of giving him time to throw. It's got to be real nervous time for San Diego. And again, you feel very comfortable if you're a Bronco fan. You're used to this type of ball game, this type of finish.
95-yard drive last week to take the lead on the Jets. And ran for 20 for the game-winning score. Tebow up in the air, caught by Rosario. First down, Broncos. Tebow just has a knack. Fourth quarter time, 23-yard hookup for Tebow to his tight end, Dante Rosario.
Yeah, and Tebow's not worrying about all those things about his throwing motion, balance, step. He's just throwing the ball. He's just being an athlete now, and he's doing what he does best, and that's lead by example.
This drive started at the Denver 26-yard line. 13-10 San Diego, 2:44 left in the fourth. First and 10 for the Broncos. Give to McGahee, and runs into a wall. Forward progress will give him a gain of 2 on the play. The comebacks, 4 wins. Week 7 at Miami. This is when the team started to believe. Week 9 at Oakland to Eddie Royal to start the rally. Week 10 at Kansas City, 56 yards to Decker to give Denver the lead in the fourth quarter, 17-7. And then last week against the Jets, the 20-yard run for a touchdown, 58 seconds remaining.
And Tebow will let the clock run down to the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts, and the ball at the 10-yard line of San Diego.
3-point game. We're back to Qualcomm in a moment. Don't forget, 60 Minutes coming up immediately after football, except on the West Coast, where it will be seen at its regularly scheduled time. Philip Rivers' team with a 13-10 lead on Denver. Broncos with 2 minutes remaining and a 2nd and 8 at the Chargers' 10-yard line. Denver has won 3 in a row, 4-1 since Tebow replaced Kyle Orton as the starting quarterback. Orton now a member of the Kansas City Chiefs. Empty backfield, Tebow out of the gun. Go. Tebow looking, deep fade, a throw, nobody home. It's 3rd down. San Diego with a 3-point lead. And now a minute 53 left on the clock.
Broncos have been a lot better on 3rd down conversions in the second half, and yet just 5 of 13 for the entire game. The option play a huge advantage for Denver here, but they're going to spread the field and let Tebow operate. He knows he's not getting any pass rush out of San Diego.
3rd and 8. Tebow. Pump. Tebow breaks a tackle, turns it upfield, and Tebow brought down just short of the 5-yard line. He needed 8. He got 4. Antoine Barnes helped make sure of it.
Well, it's a good decision by Tebow. He has nothing down the field there. He gets Spikes to jump up in the air, and then Barnes comes over and finally makes the tackle. But you hold your breath when Tebow has that ball. San Diego's used their second timeout here, and that's a wise use of a timeout. Assuming that this field goal is good, San Diego and Phillip Rivers will have a lot of time to move down the field and get a field goal of their own.
Looking at a short field goal attempt of 24 yards here for Matt Prater.
And it wasn't that long ago that Nick Novak missed a long field goal for San Diego. No guarantees in the kicking game. Novak missed from 48.
Prater has converted 36 in a row, under 40 yards. This is for the tie. Dead solid perfect for Prater. Knotted up at 13 apiece with 1:34 to play in the 4th quarter. So San Diego will get the football and a chance to end this one in regulation. Game summary: Rivers to Gates for the touchdown early. Tebow answers to Decker. Missed field goal attempt by Novak, which would have extended the San Diego lead, and it left the door open for Denver. Tebow's numbers: 133 yards through the air, 50 yards on the ground. Phillip Rivers, no interceptions today, leads the NFL with 17 this season. And you see the play breakdown. Denver 42 rushes, 16 passes. Since Denver put Tebow into the starting lineup, they've run the football 60% of the time.
Phillip Rivers been sacked twice today, but he's been under constant pressure in the 4th quarter. So a great sack by Von Miller last possession, and pressure on Rivers. Pressure's dialed up now. Now you think about Novak and what his range is.
Well, Novak did hit on a 53-yarder earlier today. And we've got 1:34 left on the clock. Richard Goodman is the return man. Prater kicks it off for Denver. Booming kick. Chargers will have it at the 20-yard line.
Great kickoff by Prater.
5-game losing streak for San Diego. They have plummeted in the AFC West standings.
Excuse me, Ian, there is a flag. Looked like Denver is offsides.
And that's what Jeff Triplett is sorting out right now.
Offside, kicking team, number 30. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the touchback spot. First down.
David Bruton called offside, so San Diego will have it at the 25-yard line. Chargers have just one timeout left. 1:34 on the clock.
It's close, but Bruton is offsides. And he's the closest guy to the kicker. He's across the line, and the Chargers now only have 5 less yards to go to get Novak in range.
This is basically the Chargers season at 4-6. 13 all. Chargers with a football. Rivers, short toss to Tolbert, and brought down just short of the 29-yard line by Miller and Woodyard. Give him a 3.5-yard gain on the play. Clock is moving down to 1:19 and counting left in this 4th quarter.
Rocket.
Tolbert stays in there. Rivers throws to the outside. Creighton's got it. First down, San Diego across the 40-yard line. That covers 11 yards on the pass and catch.
And stops the clock. Denver trying to get pressure, went man-to-man in the secondary, and Creighton was wide open on an out route from the slot. See Von Miller coming. Another good job by San Diego's pass protectors.
First and 10 at the 40. Novak getting himself ready for a potential game-winning field goal. John Elway making his way to the Denver sideline. 1:08 to play in the fourth. Broncos crowd the line. Here comes the rush. Rivers steps up. And Rivers dropped at the 29-yard line. Doomerville there for Denver. And a loss of 10 on the play.
And Denver ought to be thinking about using their timeouts now, because they have the advantage. Doomerville around the left side there. Remember, Dombrowski was shaken up earlier in this quarter.
2nd and 20. Third sack of the day for Denver. 40 seconds left. And Tolbert sneaking his way up the middle for a gain of 7. They're playing for overtime now.
I don't know why Denver isn't using their timeouts, though. This is 3rd and 13 with a lot of time just melting off the clock.
3rd and long. Rivers out of the pocket, throws, complete across the 45-yard line to Tolbert. And that's going to end it in regulation. Overtime here in San Diego. So the decision made by John Fox not to stop the clock, willing to go to OT. San Diego goes conservative after the sack, and it's overtime.
Hey, you really can't blame the Chargers for going conservative after that sack. The pressure on Rivers has been constant this entire fourth quarter. And even on that play, barely got it off to Tolbert for a short gain. Rivers 16 of 31, 8 different receivers, but only 1 touchdown. That to Antonio Gates a long time ago.
Denver came in 1 game behind Oakland in the AFC West. San Diego in last place in the division, 2 games behind the Raiders. Coin toss from Jeff Triplett for OT here at Qualcomm Stadium.
All right, gentlemen. We're going into sudden death overtime, where we have the fourth quarter timing rules. Each team has 2 timeouts. All replays are upstairs. Each team must have opportunity to possess the football and score. Okay? So if you go down, you got it?
That's not right.
Unless it's a San Diego State.
Right.
Well, that's playoff rules, but not regular season rules.
That's the coin. What you call? Heads is the call. Heads is the call.
No, sir. Come on.
It is a head. You want the football. Kick this way. Denver won the toss. We'll receive.
Denver's won the toss. If they go and score, they win the game. That much we know.
That's what sudden death means, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, a review of the regular season overtime rules, and the biggest note here, first team to score wins. Simply put, Denver gets the football, they score.
And Jeff Triplett just misspoke.
That's all. They move to 6-5 with a win.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, you get paid.
Probably not as much as he does.
San Diego will kick it off. Yeah, Jeff Triplett is just reiterating now to the crowd that he misspoke. Yeah, no harm, no foul.
The PA announcer here put on a laugh track after that. At least the Chargers still have a sense of humor.
I think that was the musical selection. But it was just a very funny coincidence. San Diego with Nick Novak and Eric Decker is deep for Denver. Shorter kick. Decker's going to take it from the 4. Middle of the field, hurdles, and he's brought down at the 20-yard line. That's where Denver will have it as Sharice Wright makes the play on special teams. Tim Tebow in the fourth quarter and in overtime. Tebow has been spectacular for Denver, and he gets the first crack at it here for the Broncos.
It'll be interesting to see how San Diego tries to defend him. There's not really a sense of urgency here because there's an entire 15 minutes to play in overtime. But they need to find a pass rush.
Nickel package here for San Diego. Tebow on a handoff. McGahee takes that crease and turns it into a 16-yard gain across the 35.
And this is the way the Broncos started the game. It's the way they started the second half. And now this is how they're starting overtime. A read option play by Tebow with a good read to leave the ball in the belly of Willis McGahee. And McGahee knows what to do with it after that.
They continue to go with 3 down linemen, and they're getting burned here by this Denver offense. 88 yards rushing for McGahee. Tebow looks for an opening. And nothing there as he tried to make a cut. And Kaysen able to hold his ground. It's a gain of 3 for Tebow.
Now Tebow has 53 yards rushing in 17 carries today. But this strike to Decker was the beautiful throw there in the first half. And this catch by Decker set up the tying field goal.
2nd and 7 now for Denver. Off the low snap, McGahee gets the call. And McGahee knifes his way to the 44-yard line for a gain of 5. Eric Weddle over there defensively for San Diego.
Now, this has been a rather ugly game if you're a fan of offense, but defense has been outstanding. Both these teams have held their opponent to 5 of 14 on third down conversions this afternoon.
And now a 3rd and 2 for the Broncos. Fans on their feet here at Qualcomm. This is where Tebow can be so dangerous. Tebow up the middle. Can he muscle his way to the spot? He cannot. 1-yard gain brought down to the 45.
Decision time for John Fox. He is short. He's going to send out the punting team. But I know he had to be awfully tempted to leave the offense out there. But Tebow decides after faking the ball to McGahee, he's going to just follow McGahee straight up the middle. Weddle with a good job there. And then the Charger Cam Thomas there prevents Tebow from the first down.
He had a Mike Smith-like decision there from the Atlanta Falcons.
How did that turn out?
4th and 1 in overtime. Not too well for Atlanta. New Orleans got the win. Colquitt the punt. Creighton waiting for it. Lets it bounce, and it takes a Denver bounce scooped up. Creighton came back, and the Broncos make the play on special teams. Boy, that was risky by Patrick Creighton.
Well, Clayton is going to block Wilhite to begin with, and all of a sudden he turns around. There's the ball right there, but Dante Rosario almost caused a fumble.
I guess he didn't really have much of a choice because the ball basically bounced into his chest.
It found him, didn't it?
Don't forget, 60 Minutes is coming up tonight on CBS. Also, The Amazing Race and back-to-back episodes of Person of Interest, only CBS. So look where San Diego opens up. Chargers first possession of overtime. 1st and 10 from the 8. Matthews, a blast up the middle by Matthews. First down just short of the 25. 16 yards right up the gut.
And just what the Chargers needed, getting out of their end of the field with a simple blast play up the middle. Good job blocking there. Left side, you got Steven Schilling and Nick Hardwick. And Brian Dawkins with a little business given to the youngster Matthews.
116 yards on the ground. 1st and 10 for San Diego. Matthews again. This time gets tripped up after he picks up a yard to the 25. Broderick Bunkley with a tackle for the Broncos.
About 40 yards more for Nick Novak to get into range. Remember, he missed a 48-yarder going the other end of the field, but he did make a 53-yarder. Again, that was at the other end of the field as well in the first half. There's no wind here at all in the stadium.
That was good math value. 40 yards gets him to 53, which he converted on earlier.
You're surprised.
Strong education at Oregon. Shotgun. Rivers on a sprint. Looking downfield and throws it away. It'll be 3rd and long for San Diego.
Boy, that's a mistake by Rivers. There was no pressure that time. He just ran out of the pocket. And when he's running out of the pocket, he's losing ground. It makes a throw almost impossible. He sees Dawkins coming, and it's like a phantom. Dawkins was picked up by Matthews, and Rivers is forced to throw it away.
And 4 Broncos giving chase. 3rd and 9. Rivers, 16 of 32, 168 yards and a touchdown. A stop here for Denver. Excellent field position. Movement.
Delay a game. Yep.
Delay a game. Offense, number 17. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown any interceptions or fumbled the ball today, but the last 2 plays running out of the pocket when the protection was there and then allowing the play clock to run all the way out to set up a 3rd down and what's that, 14 now? Man.
San Diego's last win came in Denver on October the 9th, 29-24. We are in overtime with the Chargers and Broncos tied at 13. Rivers hit as he throws. Incomplete. Von Miller caught his arm, and San Diego will punt.
Well, here comes Von Miller again. Just overpowers Jeremy Clary and gets his right hand on the ball. Dumerville was there as well. What a 1-2 punch from both sides.
Promising start to the drive as Matthews got that 16-yard run on 1st down, and then Chargers couldn't do anything with it. Cyphers the punt. High sailing kick. Eddie Royal, no fair catch, and Royal gets blasted. Denver will have it at the 30-yard line. This was dangerous as well, as Stuckey was the first man down there, and a 49-yard punt by Cyphers.
And good discipline by Stuckey. You know he wanted to take a shot at Royal, but the ball wasn't there yet, so he lays off and lets his partners make the tackle.
A reminder, 60 minutes coming up immediately following football, except on the West Coast, where it will be seen at its regularly scheduled time. 10:31 to play in OT. Ian Eagle, Dan Fouts, the rest of our CBS crew. 1st and 10 for Denver at its own 30-yard line. Broncos riding a 3-game winning streak. Tebow keeps it himself. Chargers spill him out with Weddle, along with Niall Diggs getting Tebow down low. It's a loss of 1 on the play.
That's a good fake to McGahee, but it did not fool Weddle on the outside. Chargers have defensed the option very well today. What they haven't been able to do is get any pass pressure on Tebow.
Tebow, 53 yards rushing, 133 yards through the air, and a touchdown to Decker. 2nd and 11 for Denver. Decker shifts behind Tebow. Tebow looking to throw. Again, the protection is tremendous as Tebow skies it towards the San Diego sideline and over the head of Decker. Tebow just threw it away. It's 3rd and long.
You know, I'm not so sure he was throwing it away, though. It was close to Decker. Just threw it a little bit high, but, you know, as a quarterback, you're not used to having this much time to throw. I mean, he's looking over the entire field. He comes a little bit late to Decker on the sidelines and overthrows the ball. Here's Matthew Willis trying to get the attention of his quarterback.
3rd and 11 for the Broncos. From the gun. Tebow, timing route. Jeremiah Johnson, very close to a 1st down. The spot looks good, and it is enough for a 1st down. Denver moves the chains here in overtime.
And this is a running back basically playing wide receiver for Denver. Jeremiah Johnson, only one catch coming into today's game. But Tebow found him on a slant route.
Play.
All reviews in overtime are upstairs, and they're going to take a look at this. Jeremiah Johnson, the former Oregon Duck, promoted from the practice squad. We'll find out if it was a clean catch. Taking a look at the spot for Johnson. Where's the knee down and where is the ball? Is it enough for a first down?
Had to get the ball to the 40-yard line. That is hard to tell as Oliver makes the tackle.
Knee is down there.
This will give us a good look here, maybe. Yeah, we're looking at the elbow as well on this play. And that may be more telling than when the knee hit down, because you can see the right elbow hit right about there, and the ball is short of the 40-yard line. It certainly appeared at first glance that that was a first down for the Broncos, but you watch the elbow, and the other thing is he's got a white pad on that elbow, kind of even shows up more.
His body carried him out across the first down marker, and on the field they ruled it a first down for Denver.
Remember, the 40-yard line is what he needs to gain. And watch his right elbow come out right there, and the ball is short of the 40.
After review, receiver catches the ball. His left arm is down on the 39.5. The ball is in his his right arm is down. His left arm has the ball at the 39.5. It will be 4th and 1/2 at the 39.5. Clock will start on the ready.
Johnson comes up short. It's 4th down and decision time for John Fox. 4th and 1/2 yard.
Yeah, you know that Fox is thinking about going for it, but remember, Fox is a defensive-minded coach. He likes the way his defense is playing. San Diego's offense is just continuing to make mistakes that stops themselves. So it's, again, a field position game. A lot of time left in the ball game.
Punting unit is on for Colquitt. Would they dare try a fake in this situation? 4th and 1/2 yard.
Well, San Diego has their defense primarily on the field.
Colquitt, the punt. Creighton standing at his own 11. High bounce, and it rolls into the end zone. Chargers will have it at the 20-yard line. So it is a 61-yard punt, but it's a net of 41. And now Tim Tebow in that helpless position of watching his defense and hoping to get the football back. His numbers today, 9 of 17, 144 yards. Threw for a touchdown, 19 rushing attempts for 53 yards.
And he started the game 0 for 4, so you can see how the good pass protection and a little Tebow magic has worked. Or if Turner could use a little magic right now.
San Diego Chargers.
They got to start thinking about getting the ball to Antonio Gates.
Rivers to throw on 1st down. Makes the connection to Vincent Brown, who is spun down by Goodman, an 11-yard gain. The Oakland Raiders have won, so the Raiders move to 7-4 in the AFC West. Denver is a 1.5 games behind Oakland. San Diego 2.5 off the pace. Chargers have been in a free fall. 5 straight losses. Longest losing streak for the Chargers since 2003 when they started the year 0-5. 1st and 10 for San Diego. Just across the 30. Rivers able to get rid of it in a crowd. Randy McMichael spinning for a 4-yard gain. DJ Williams, the linebacker.
McMichael had a big catch in the first half. But what an advantage the Chargers have with him and Gates. Big bodies working over the middle. We haven't seen Vincent Jackson have the ball thrown in his direction as of late. He's going to be matched up with Champ Bailey one more time.
Jackson has been held in check. 2 catches for 25 yards today. 2nd and 6 now for the Chargers. On the ground, Matthews trying to push the pile. He'll gain 1.5 yards, 2 yards on the spot. Robert Ayers sliding over to make the play. Nick Novak, 53-yarder earlier today. A new career long for him. Target line would be at the 34-yard line of Denver. Novak replaced Nate Kading, who was placed on injured reserve after tearing his ACL. Left knee. Opening kickoff of the season for San Diego. We are under 7 minutes to play now in OT and a timeout. So the Chargers will face a 3rd and 4.
Well, you remember the last time the Chargers had a critical 3rd down and about this distance. They ran that little pitch play out to Ryan Matthews, who picked up a lot of yards, 39 yards on the carry. It'll be interesting to see what Norv Turner. This is a little bit longer. That play was about a 3rd and 1, but a lot of options, especially with Antonio Gates. Now to get Novak within range, they need about 30 yards or so. Novak went out on the field to take a practice swing at one, and the official said, "Get off the field."
Sun setting in San Diego. Well, the sun set on the Chargers season at 4-6. They've won 4 in a row in the series over the Broncos, 9 of their last 11. And now a 3rd and 4 with 6:48 to play in overtime. Rivers steps, guns it, complete. Antonio Gates has got a 1st down. They needed 4. They picked up 5. Chris Harris with the tackle.
And the Broncos came with pressure that time, exposing Chris Harris with Antonio Gates. Watch Gates move to the inside, pivot back to the outside. How many times have we seen that route from Antonio Gates? Nice short throw, too, for Rivers.
We come up on 6 minutes remaining in overtime. New set of downs for San Diego. To the ground in Tolbert. Sticks the helmet down and picks up 3 yards on the play. Joe Mays in on that stop for Denver.
Again, no wind here at all today. Just a spectacular day. Temperatures in the 80s. Air very dry as the wind. What wind there has been here in San Diego lately is blowing from the desert, so it's nice and dry here. Ball will carry.
Clock is ticking. 5:38 and counting left in overtime. The last tie in the NFL, November of 2008, Philadelphia and Cincinnati, the famous Donovan McNabb game. Rivers throws, tip ball, flags are down.
Looked like Miller was offsides. Rookie mistake for Von Miller, trying to get a jump.
Offside. Defense number 58. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Nine penalties costing them 63 yards today, Dan.
Well, yeah, now they're moved the Chargers across midfield, and you're looking at about 15 yards to get Novak to his range.
2nd and 2 now. Into Denver territory at the 49. Gates goes in motion. Matthews in the backfield. Matthews, great cut. Matthews brought down at the 35. Able to get out in space and sprint for 14. Maul and Schilling with good blocks up front.
Well, it's to the right side, as you said, Ian. Hardwick with a good steal block there. Clary with a good one. Looked like Dumerville just ran right by Matthews as he cut up the middle. Dawkins with a touchdown saving tackle.
And a career high 134 yards rushing for Ryan Matthews. Ball is now at the 35-yard line of Denver. They crowd the line. Matthews hit by Bunkley. 2-yard gain for Matthews. Down to 4:37 left in overtime.
And a field goal from here would be about 51 yards for Nick Novak.
2nd and 7. 32.
2nd and long now for San Diego. Trying to put an end to a 5-game losing streak. The San Diego Chargers at 4-6 on the season. They opened up 4-1. Tolbert angles towards the 30, picks up a yard. Joe Mays, another tackle, combining with DJ Williams. Nick Novak today, a new career high, 53-yard field goal for Novak.
Had plenty of leg on that one. On his second one from 48 yards, he just pushes it to the right outside the upright, both in that east end zone direction. He'll be kicking it to the west end zone if the Chargers don't pick up a first down here.
3rd and 6 for San Diego. And a loss on the play. Von Miller, loss of 4. And the field goal unit will come on, trying to win it.
Watch Miller shoot the gap here. Gets inside of Gates. What a great play by the rookie, atoning for his offsides penalty moments ago.
Looking at a 53-yard attempt for the win. Colquitt will hold it. Lonnie Paxton will snap it. Cyphers to hold it. 53-yard attempt. Timeout was called before the block. You take your chances.
Before the kick, timeout, Denver. Their second charge timeout. It'll be 30 seconds in length.
Boy, sometimes you just outthink yourself sometimes, huh? Outsmart yourself. I mean, on field goal this long, it's really unnecessary to ice the kicker. I mean, this is a career-long try for Novak. Sure, he hit one earlier today. But Triplett did get the signal before the ball was snapped. And, you know, San Diego's offensive lineman heard the whistle, so they stopped. That's why the ball was blocked so easily.
53-yard attempt. Chargers trying to save their season. Nick Novak sweeps the leg from 53 yards away. No good. 2.5 remaining in overtime, and Denver will have a chance.
And great field position. They'll be at the 43-yard line of San Diego, and they'll only need about 25 yards to get in range for Prater.
And Denver has no timeouts left, but they've got Tebow and the offense taking the field with 2:31 remaining.
Yeah, he really had to drive this one because of the distance involved. Again, he just pushes it to the right. Had plenty of legs, just wide right.
It's been that kind of season for the San Diego Chargers. And quite the opposite now for the Denver Broncos. Tim Tebow, do I get another chance?
Time to go to work.
Yes, you do. 1st and 10 at the 43. Tebow working out of the gun. 2.5 remaining in overtime. Tebow, long ball, too far. Jeremiah Johnson on a go route down on the perimeter. Have to go back 3 years. Philadelphia and Cincinnati played to a 13-all tie.
Boy, and a tie kills San Diego. That's as good as a loss in this instance, especially with the Raiders winning today.
Does Tebow have some overtime magic? 2nd and 10. Tebow to run with room. Tebow angles out of bounds. First down in San Diego territory. It's a 12-yard run for Tebow.
Well, this is a perfect read by Tebow. He saw Sean Phillips crash to the inside. This could have been a late hit on Gregory. Just as Tebow's crossing the line, he gets the boom lowered on him.
Tebow was still in bounds when the contact was made. .219 to play. Tebow has carried the football 20 times today. Make it 21. Tebow brought down short of the 40. That's a 4-yard pickup. Niall Diggs, the linebacker, with the tackle. And now the focus is on Matt Prater.
Yeah, I love these target lines too, Ian. We can tell exactly what Prater needs.
His career long was done in Denver with the altitude. So maybe those numbers a little bit out of whack. And we hit the 2-minute warning here in overtime. Chargers and Broncos tied at 13. Denver could have a chance here to win it. Coming up tonight, 60 minutes. The amazing race and back-to-back episodes of Person of Interest. Only CBS. Now for the San Diego Chargers, a team that has dealt with poor starts and strong finishes to come back and win the division, but they just can't seem to pull the rabbit out of the hat this year, and with North Turner's team struggling in key moments.
And even when the Chargers were 4-1, they were winning ugly.
Yep.
And people were dissatisfied. They're so used to the style of the Charger offense, big plays down the field. But injuries to Antonio Gates and Malcolm Floyd have really limited the passing attack and have forced Phillip Rivers to adjust, and he has, plain and simple, struggled. And now the Chargers are looking at a possible field goal try coming up for Denver to win this one.
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario for San Diego is a tie to move to 4-6-1, and as you said earlier, that's basically like a loss in this division now. Right now, it's a 58-yard attempt if Denver does not gain any more yards on this drive. It's 2nd and 6. Give is to McGahee. McGahee breaking loose. Willis McGahee inside the 20. Huge run for McGahee, and now the Broncos are in business with 1:45 left in overtime. That one covers 24 yards.
23 carries, 117 yards on the afternoon. Again, right up the middle. About 4 or 5 times today we've seen McGahee get huge holes and explode through tacklers and then hang on to the ball in traffic.
John Elway likes what he sees.
Tebow should just center this ball. Yep. Get it right in the middle of the field for Prater.
And here comes Prater. Remember, San Diego has 2 timeouts left. And Tim Tebow heads to the Denver sideline. He has put his team in a position to win once again. Prater has made 37 straight field goals under 40 yards.
And, you know, even though it's 2nd down, you couldn't be in better shape right now. Plus, you've got momentum. Your offensive line is fired up. They're going to give them great pass protection. San Diego now is going to, or kick protection, going to call a timeout here to ice Prater.
They're first. Stay 30-second timeout.
Now, you still have time to work with here. Do you consider getting your kicker closer, or you're just happy with where you at and go out and try to win the game?
I'm sure that Fox said, "Are you ready?" And Prater said, as all kickers would, "Absolutely, coach. Now, I have no problem going for the field goal here. Let's put everybody out of their misery."
A 37-yard attempt coming up for Prater. Colquitt will hold it. Paxton the snapper. For the win. Matt Prater. He's got it. The Denver Broncos have won 4 in a row. 16-13 in overtime. And the Tebow train continues to churn out W's.
Perfect snap by Paxton. The hold is there, and that is right down Broadway.
The Broncos move to 6-5. The Chargers have dropped 6 in a row to fall to 4-7. John Fox back in his hometown of San Diego, and he leaves with a victory. In overtime, 16-13, Denver knocks off San Diego. Tonight on CBS at 60 Minutes, followed by The Amazing Race, then back-to-back episodes of Person of Interest. For Dan Fouts and the rest of our CBS crew, this is Ian Eagle. So long from San Diego. The Broncos win again, now 5-1 as Tebow into the starting lineup.